Right, for the rest of you who know these, it's karaoke. Are you ready? What do you call cheese that doesn't belong to you? Nacho cheese. It gets funnier, trust me. Which cheese are used to hide a small horse? Mascarpone. Claire and I went to a hackathon. I got invited to get up on stage in London, and there was a big prize of like a 15 grand cheque. Hi, Claire. And Claire found it hilarious that when there was a bit of a fault with the live stream and I had to kind of entertain people and tell these amazing cheese jokes, it was literally tumbleweed. She was the only person laughing and it wasn't with me. Thanks, Claire. Last one. Which cheese are you used to lure a bear out of his cave? Camembert! You'll be delighted to know that that's it with my cheese jokes. We've got an actual person here who can entertain you. So I'd like to introduce an international keynote speaker. This is good. The CTO of Skills Matter. Amazing all-round techie person, helping organise a lot of .NET events, and your entertainer for this evening. Let's hear it for the amazing Dylan Beattie! And no more of my cheese jokes.
Time ago, I wrote in assembler. Those opcodes used to make me smile. I wrote my Hello World program in 16 kilobytes of RAM. No function calls, no do or for a while. I'd sit all night in rapt frustration, trying new optimizations. Forgot to sleep or eat. I would not admit defeat. Every change caused more confusion. Surrounded by my own delusion, I finally came to a conclusion. I'd do a big rewrite. It's high time we reviewed our design. The code behind our system is just 2 bytes and time. We'll rewrite all the legacy, take it offline. It's gonna compile first time. It's gonna compile first time. Did you have a BBC or a Commodore or a VIC-20? 8-bits wide and slow as hell. Or did you start out on a Unix scene, a VMS or a PDP? Your own account with email and a shell. Well, it's not like anyone really cares. We all got started out some keyboard and a screen. Listings in a magazine. We typed those games in key by key. Convinced our code was typo-free. But we knew that eventually we'd do the big rewrite. And we were singing, it's a high time we reviewed our design. The code behind our system is just 2 bytes and time. We'll rewrite all the legacy and take it offline. It's gonna compile first time. It's gonna compile first time. Now for 10 years we've been running code in PHP and Rust, singing it's a high time we reviewed our design. The code behind our system is just 2 bytes at a time. We'll rewrite all the legacy gonna compile first time. It's gonna compile first time. And then we were shouting out loud, move everything to the cloud and post on virtual machines. Elastic scale to cope with load, infrastructure built on code, though no one's sure what DevOps really means. Well, I sat and I watched the counters climb, wishing I got paid overtime. Then MongoDB fails. I guess it wasn't quite with scale. We lost the whole availability zone. I couldn't get tech support on the phone. That's the point when I wish I had known they had done the big rewrite. When we were singing, it's a high time we reviewed our design. The code behind our system is just 2 bytes and time. We'll rewrite all the legacy and take it offline. It's gonna compile first time. It's gonna compile first time. I did my time, paid my dues, I did my exit interviews, turned around and walked away. Had a dream, I had a plan, tired of working for the man. This time I do everything my way. I launched the perfect MVP online for all the world to see, working in a new style, fast and lean and agile. I listened to all of their requests. I wrote my code with unit tests, but then one day, you know the rest, I did the big rewrite. And we were singing, time we reviewed our design. The code behind our system is just 2 bytes and time. We'll rewrite all the legacy, take it offline. It's gonna compile first time. It's gonna compile first time. We were singing, high time we reviewed our design. The code behind our system is just 2 bytes and time. We'll rewrite all the legacy, take it offline, and it's gonna compile first time. Thank you. All right. So I have a little more music for you coming up later. But first, we've got some prizes to give out. So give me a second while I All right. So, as I'm sure you are all very aware, over the last 24 hours, the teams here have been competing in a series of challenges set by our sponsors to build an app or a device or a system in 24 hours to win some fabulous prizes. And the time has come to review the challenges, review our sponsors, introduce the teams, and announce our lucky winners. So first up, we have Clockwork. The Clockwork team's competing for the prize of a 3D printer. Do a quick recap. Let's see what was Clockwork's challenge to our contestants.
right, so the teams who took part in the Clockwork Challenge, we've narrowed down to 3 finalists. Each of them has prepared a short video for all of you to show you what they did, how they did it, why they think they should win. The finalists are, first up, Team Sorted.
There are about 11 million people in the UK currently living with a limiting long-term illness, impairment or disability. Around 1/5 of disabled people report having difficulties in a considerable part of their day-to-day lives, transport. So with help from Clockwork, we hope to fix that. Meet Moobly, your new accessible mobility assistant. Whenever you set an event in your calendar that includes a location, Moobly will find the nearest train station and give you all the information you could need. Wide access ticket barriers, induction loops for announcements, ramps to get on the train? Check. Wait a sec. No lift access on your platform? No worries. Moobly will suggest the nearest stations with better accessibility so you know to rebook your ticket in advance. Moobly also sends a reminder 48 hours before your event, just in case you needed a quick refresh. If you'd like the information straight away without using your calendar, Moobly can help anytime. Simply text STAT along with the station name to Moobly for all the information on demand. Looks like this station has an active alert. Let's text Alert Manchester Victoria. Sounds like the lifts are being renovated. Thanks for the heads up, Moobly. Since you talk to Moobly through text, internet isn't needed. So whether you're having a day out, setting up an appointment, or dealing with the daily commute, Moobly is here to help.
All right, let's give it up for Sorted. Are the finalists making their way to the stage to see who wins? Are we doing that? Is anyone in charge? Do they want to? Sorted, do you want to come up here? When we announce it, all right. So the second finalist in this round, Bryant's Angels.
Has this ever happened to you? No. The sudden strong urge to use the bathroom is all too common for people with ulcerative colitis. Together at Hack Manchester, we sought to solve this problem. Using our algorithm, we predict when periods of severe symptoms will strike, allowing sufferers more freedom to go about their daily lives without the fear of not finding one of these.
So, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Give it up for Bryant's Angels. And the third finalist in the Clockwork Challenge, Super Merge Conflicts.
This weekend, the Super Merge Conflicts from Red Eye have tackled the Clockwork SMS challenge of helping people with long-term illnesses. We have created a fault detector which will send an SMS to a group of emergency contacts. NHS states that falls are the most common cause of death from injury in the over 65s and cost over £2 billion a year and over 4 million bed days. Our aim has been to create an open source solution using minimal parts and at minimum cost to detect falls. When a fall occurs, the device will message a group of contacts to say a fall has occurred. This can be replied to, so the first person to respond automatically replies to everyone to say they're checking on that person, all of which require no input from the wearer of the device. We created a device which has a gyroscope and an accelerometer for around £15 that will detect when a force over 1G is detected. Based on research, this happens when there is a short decrease in acceleration followed by a spike. To remove false positives, we have also added detection for if the user is standing upright and if they are still upright after a force has been detected, such as jumping, then this will not trigger a fall.
All right. Get them up now. Okay. And so, Clockwork, the winner is...
So the winner is, with a slight... We can ask them to return to the stage. Sorted with Mobley. So we really like this app. It really nailed the use case. Got the app finished start to finish. We weren't quite sure where you were going when we came around on the evening. Day one, you had a million ideas, but really came together in the end. Really well done, lads. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Big hand for Clockwork, big hand for Team Sorted. Well done, chaps.
This way. Wrong way. Go round.
As you can tell, we've choreographed this impeccably. This is all part of the script. Okay, so our second challenge was Insight Investment, competing for a Raspberry Pi 4 kit and a gift card. Let's have a look at their challenge.
Don't invite anyone up on stage first, though.
Hi, I'm Adam, an architect at Insight and one of the 3 judges. We're based in Spinningfields in an office dubbed the Manchester Tech Hub. Insight themselves are an investment company specialising in helping our clients manage pensions for their employees. As people live longer, they need to ensure they have enough money to fund their retirement. Company schemes need to ensure they can fund their pensions, and they come to us to help them do that. Data is hugely important to our business and our clients. Identifying trends in data is critical, as it helps us help our clients predict how this might impact their pensions or investments. Now on to our challenge. Coming from the world of finance, we had a fair few options to choose from. Difficulty for us was choosing something achievable inside 24 hours, exercising a wide range of tech, and trying to leave the door open for some creative thinking. Here's what we came up with. Can you predict markets from some strange or funny data set? That's all a bit vague, so we've broken it down into 3 bits. 1, find your data. Something funny, unique, or downright strange. You could use Twitter with sentiment analysis or something completely unrelated to the world of finance. Whatever you pick, you need to find a correlation with some financial data, something like the FTSE 100, the strength of the pound, or even a company's stock price. 2, start attacking the data. Try to determine what events or trends appear to be affecting your finance data. What things would cause us to invest or not? There'll be bonus points on offer for tech-driven approaches to this. Perhaps you'll get Alexa to explain a trend or a change. Further, knowing what happens, can you attempt to predict a future trend? 3, if you had £1 million and invested it over the last 12 months using your new decision-making engine and data, what would you have today? Try visualising what's happened with your money. Don't worry if you don't get down those points, they're just one idea of what you can do. On the day, we're open to creative responses to our challenge and look forward to what you can come up with. Feel free to go to our blog where you'll find more details, such as the prizes. Sponsoring Hack is important to us and our dev team, and we're all really excited to attend. Good luck.
So, our judges have chosen 3 finalists in this round. The finalists are Trump's tremendously troublesome temperature transaction truths,
You're wrong. You're fake news. You're all fake news. Fake news. News.
and give it up for the John McAfee Conspiracy Corporation. And the final finalist in the Insight round, an embarrassment of pandas.
Right, and the winner is an embarrassment of pandas. Who are missing somebody, so it seems. And so the reason we chose an embarrassment of pandas was because the solution was pretty much the most joined up. They were trying to melt GPUs in the cloud, which is always cool. And they managed to make some money, which works. So.
Big hand for Insight Investment. A big hand for an embarrassment of pandas.
Oh, yes, and there was some poor chap who attempted to tackle the challenge on his own and did actually manage to get almost as far as full teams doing it. So that's a big shout out to Owen over there.
Give it up for Owen.
Spend the best part of 6 hours trying to solve a JavaScript scoping problem. Well done.
Okay. Our next challenge, Dunnhumby. Prizes: an Echo Show, Ultimate Ears Boom 3 wireless speakers, Sony noise cancelling headphones, all new Kindle. Let's have a look at the challenge they set, our teams.
Hi, we're Dunnhumby. In 1989, Edwina Dunn and Clive Humby founded our company in the kitchen of their West London home. 5 years later, we revolutionized consumer customer loyalty with the Tesco Club Card, changing how the biggest brands on the planet engage their customers forever. Today, we're the global leader in customer data science. Every day, Dunnhumby processes data from millions of consumers all around the world to help our clients figure out how to serve their customers better than anyone else. Last year, we challenged you to flip this around and use data to make the customer's experience less than optimal. We loved the innovative and bizarre entries you came up with, so this year we thought we'd crank it up a notch. This time, your challenge is to do something fun around the theme of Supermarket Sweep. For those of you who weren't watching game shows in the decade of the Backstreet Boys, Supermarket Sweep is a 90s game show where contestants earn time playing mini-games which they use to dash around a mock supermarket, piling their trolleys high. The team with the biggest shop goes on to play the Super Sweep, where they solve clues hidden on products around the supermarket to win a big cash prize. Very 90s, isn't it? That's why we want you to modernize it. Think of new ideas around the game show and make it more fun. Perhaps a brand new minigame, a maze solver to optimize your shopping spree, or even an augmented reality version of the Super Sweep in a real supermarket. We want you to have fun, be creative, and stretch your horizons. So use any technology you want. You'll be judged based on how innovative your solution is, with bonuses for completing the Dunnhumby shopping list, which is try something new, help others, make us laugh. The winning team gets a tech bundle containing an Echo Show 5, an Ultimate Ears Boom wireless speaker, a pair of Sony noise-cancelling wireless headphones, and an all-new Kindle. So stretch your imaginations, have fun, and good luck.
All right, a big hand for Dunnhumby. And the finalists in that challenge are 10 items or stress.
Next time you're at the checkout and you hear the beep. Next time you're at the checkout and you hear the beep. Next time you're at the checkout and you hear the beep. Next time you're at the checkout supermarket sweep.
Our next finalist, bog standard.
Next time you're at the checkout and you hear the beep. Next time you're at the checkout and you hear the beep. Next time you're at the checkout and you hear the beep. Next time you're at the checkout supermarket.
Check it out. Check it out.
Go wild in the aisles.
Will you dance with me? Do it one more time to the music. Take a chance with me. Do it one more time, please, boy. Will you dance with me? Do it one more time to the music. Take a chance with me. Do it one more time, please, boy. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
And our third finalist, the wiener.
Turn up the music, let's get out on the floor. I like to move it, come and give me some more. Watch me getting physical, out of control. There's people watching me, I never miss a beat. Still the night, kill the lights, feel it under your skin. That's right, keep it tight, cause it's pulling you in. Wrap it up, you can't stop, cause it feels like an overdose. If I you with the dance floor, I'm infected by the sound. Stop, this beat is killing me. Hey, it's a DJ, let the music take me underground. If I you with the dance floor, I'm infected by the sound. Stop, this beat is killing me. Hey, it's a DJ, I'm burning things straight down to the ground. My body's aching, system overload. Temperature's rising, I'm about to explode. Watch me, I'm intoxicated, digging the show. It's got me hypnotized. Everybody step aside.
Give it up for the wiener. And so,
And the winner is bog standard. It was a great challenge. It was very ambitious. There was great teamwork, and there was also an appropriate use of inflatables.
give it up for bog standard and Dunnhumby. Okay, so our next challenger is the co-op. Teams competing for £100 Amazon vouchers. Let's have a look at their challenge.
Hello, it's Ben from the Co-op. We're really excited to give you the chance to get your brains onto problems that we're grappling with. The Co-op is owned by our members, and they have a say in how our business is run. It also means that we can use our profits to address some of their worries, and they're worried about the state of their local communities and how hard it is to get together and make good things happen in their community. So, we're looking at how we can help fix this, and this is where you come in. Our challenge to you is, how would you encourage people to
pledge time and money against them to help actually make it happen?
After spending all of 15 minutes on the back end, we had 24 hours to learn how to do any front-end development at all.
Despite our lack of expertise in the technology stack, we were able to build a mostly single-page application that only requires the occasional forcibly render.
We were able to make use of lots of open source components, which is probably the only reason that the UI works at all. With a variety of flaky social media integrations, users can potentially post to their favorite platforms and share events with their friends.
And the third finalist in that round, Salt Sesh.
It gets better.
Oh,
we let them have more.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All around me are familiar faces.
Give it up for Salt Sesh. And so, Jem.
And so I've been watching The X Factor, so I know how to do these announcements. So it's going to take ages. So you'll notice I'm not Ben, off of the video earlier. I am Gemma. I also work at Co-op. And we'd just like to say we had about 18 teams enter this challenge. We had really great contributions from each of them. The thing that stood out about the three that we had, so Nano, we really liked the way that you had the QR codes, the recycled, and the way that checked that people actually came and attended community events. That was amazing. We also had the team leading from the back end, and it was the way that you were allowing people who were organising events to test an idea. So it wasn't just putting it out there. It's like, I think people will come, they can upvote it. Salt Sesh, they didn't get across in the video, which was hilarious. But rather than getting points, it was a bit like Pokemon Go, which forces people to walk to play the game. This forces people to do good in their local community to play a game, which allows you to beat your friends in real life and online. But the winner for the most original idea was Salt Sesh. I was so happy you had such a good video. Thank you very much. Well done, well done. Congratulations. Congratulations to you and to you and to you. And I will get off the stage and stop talking now. Thank you. Bye.
Give it up, Co-op. Give it up for Salt Sesh. before we have our final sponsor challenge, we're going to give out a couple of special prizes. So first of all, the next generation, the best team from universities, coding schools, academies. Now, the finalists are augmented reality can be whatever I want it to be.
What are you doing? Look at this game. Oh, man. It's all I.
Red Summit.
Alexa, ask Red Summit to help. I fell.
Your eyes contact with number 078574817774 has been messaged. Would you like to contact the emergency services?
No.
Powered by Clockwork.
Mate, do you need help? I got your message.
Oh, cheers, mate. Powered by Clockwork.
Red Summit. And MCR codes.
So yeah, this year we've had even more from Manchester Codes, from the, sort of the university, to name but a few. And yeah, and the winner is Red Summit.
Give it up for Red Summit.
So yeah, guys, while you're walking up, this was a great hack. I love an Alexa app, and I know that you had very little experience of doing these before you joined us this weekend, and to create what you did, which is basically a completely working Alexa skill, you've done really great this weekend, so thanks.
Give it up for Red Summit. Okay, so our next round of prizes goes to the best company. The challenge team who had the strongest submission, where all the members are from the same company or the same organization. And our finalists in this round are
We live
Table
in a
26,
public society
drop
where
table,
budgets are being cut,
hackmcr.teams.
and the stark reality is that the least privileged in society suffer the most. The community needs to come together to support those most in need. We aim to apply aspects of the gig economy to the care sector, helping those less able by matching needs to people able and willing to help. All you require is a phone and the ability to send an SMS.
Give it up for Table 26, drop table teams.
Hi, I'm Mason Bates.
I am the founder and CEO of Stonks Ventures. Our mission is to make you money by providing a simple tool for predicting stock prices. Simply select one of our wide range of historical datasets, sourced from the popular social media platform Twitter, and select a cryptocurrency to find out if you can predict the prices. You'll make so much money that this will be easier to avoid than getting any permanent job that really requires a lot of physical labor.
Mason Baits completely changed my life at the end of the day. They are just that much easier to control and control quickly once you have been working with them for a while. My friend told me that Mason Baits, in his old age, still had the same amount of muscle he had when I met him. He is in better shape than he was when we first met. A little more refined. Not a bad day at the office. And if I have a day when
So visit our website at https://stonks.ventures for free advice on your trading and investments. I, Mason Baits, personally guarantee you won't regret it.
Returns on investments are not guaranteed. Any financial gain from the advice of this website is purely coincidental. Mason Baits cannot be held responsible for any losses you incur from investing through this website. Stonks.
I'd like to give a special shout out to Stonks Ventures for actually setting up www.stonks.ventures, as well as everything else they did this weekend. And finally, in this round, may the minus force be with you.
It's time for Scanners, a supermarket scanning game that everyone can play in store. Using the latest and greatest in scanning technology, you can save money while being sent games and challenges. Simply take one of our scanners and scan your items as you go around.
Sleeping. There is 4 of them. But yeah, you did a great job this weekend, so thanks very much and well done.
Great. Challenge. Hold it up high. Watch out for the handle.
All right, now the next one is very special to me because I was invited to judge it. It's the prize for the best team name. And we had some brilliant team names at Hack Manchester here this weekend. We had .Titanic Float None. We had Trump's Tremendously Troublesome Temperature Transaction Truths, who became known as T6 about 5 minutes after, and they've been T6 all weekend. But Trump's Tremendously Troublesome Temperature Transaction Truths, tried saying that 6 times fast. We had May the minus force be with you. And in honor of little Bobby Tables, we had Table 26 Drop Table Hack MCR teams. But the winner, the best team name for Hack Manchester this year, Titanic Float None. Please come up to the stage. Could we have a representative to come up and collect your trophy? Congratulations. We have a special round, a special prize for the best accidental Dale Winton impression. What's the prize for this round? Can you? It is a signed picture of Dale Winton. Would one of you like to tell us why we have a signed picture of Dale Winton?
Oh, God. Because we have a very lax expenses policy.
And the winner of the best accidental Dale Winton impression goes to...
T6.
Trump's Tremendously Troublesome Temperature Transaction Truths. Okay. I'd like to invite a special guest from CDLQ up onto the stage now. We are going to draw the raffle. Michaela, take it away. Okay, so
while we untie the bag, I want to say that we are called CDL. Q, that is actually supposed to say CDL, is our logo. I know it's very interesting, but if you ever come to our offices, you have to tell your taxi driver to take you to CDLQ, otherwise they won't find it. Okay, so as you all hopefully know, we were enlisted at this event to help as mentors, but by the end of the first day, we actually concluded that you guys don't need us. I had the best surprise to actually see teams help each other out, sharing the skill set and everything, so you didn't need any help, and that was great. So we actually wanted to reward all the hackers for working very hard. So this morning we went around, we talked to some very tired people to try and cheer them up, yeah, and enlist them into this prize draw. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw 3 names. We have 2 Echo Dots to give and a drone. I know, that's quite good prizes. So don't worry, if people aren't around, we'll reach out. We really want to give out these prizes, right? So let's see the first one. Okay. Christian Stafford?
Christian Stafford.
Woohoo! Thank you. There you go. Thank you very much for your efforts this
Christian.
weekend. Good work. Okay, for another Echo Dot. Andrew Chung. Again, good work.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Okay, and now for the drone, and we actually wanted to win this. We wondered whether it would be fair for us to put our names in there, but they're not, I can guarantee it.
Let's see who wins. And the winner is...
Lottie Hope. Do we have a Lottie Hope? Yes, we do. Thank you.
Congratulations, Lottie. Enjoy your drone.
Yeah.
And remember, no flying it next to the airport.
So thank you very much, everyone, for coming here and for being so friendly. I'd like to see more of this at tech events in general, so keep up the good work.
Give it up for CDL. Okay, so we have a little unscripted interlude. We have a pick and mix prize from Dunnhumby. Who are going to take the stage and tell us how it works, because I only just found out.
Hello, so thank you everyone for coming to the Pick and Mix stand. People who managed to guess the right weight got put into a draw, and we've got 3 names. So the first one is Haristo. You want to come up?
Congratulations.
Well done. The second name is Jenny Foster. And the final name, the surname was quite hard to read someone's writing, so I think it's Mike Hawkins.
Or anyone with a name a little bit similar to that when you write it down?
We will sort it out afterwards. Thanks,
We will
everyone.
sort out afterwards. Thank you, Dunnhumby. Okay, and now it's time for the round you have all been waiting for. Sponsored by Codely, we are going to award the prize for Best in Show, the best submission by any team in any category. Let's take a look at the finalists.
At Codely, we work for each other. More than just a company, we're part of a stewardship trust, which means we all focus on what we put in. In return, those who put in are the only ones who get to take out. We don't have any owners or shareholders to answer to, just each other and our community. To be best in show, you have to work for each other and focus on giving your best. It's not enough to just be different, you have to make things. Great ideas do just that, they change the world. But to be the best, it's essential to love what you do. That way, you can have a little fun as you go.
And so let's take a look at our three finalists for the Best of Show category. First finalist, Hack the Planet.
Cause you're only a man, and a man's got to learn to play. Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you gotta hang tough to make it. History repeats itself, try and you succeed. Never doubt that you're the one, and you can have.
Judge, because everyone had the passion and they all wanted to learn something new, and they all actually had fun. So it was really difficult to find the winner. But I'm going to go through the finalists and kind of say the reasons why they were the finalists. So Hack the Planet, I think Cheryl, one of the team members, has only started coding from February, and she basically was inspired to change her career to be a coder because of Hack Manchester. So that was really good. And the final group, basically every one of them didn't have a team. They came together and they worked together as a team. And that was so refreshing to see that. And all deserve a round of applause. So. But as you know, there can only be one. So the winner is 3 Bodies. One. Well done. Thank you very much. How you doing? Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Well done. Thank you very much. There you go. Cheers. Good job. Well done. Thank you. All right, another round of applause.
Give it up, Best in Show, 3 Bodies.
Well done, guys.
And a huge thanks to Codely for sponsoring that round. Thank you, Codely. And I believe that's all the rounds. Jem, would you like to come back up on stage? Because I just have a slide here that says thanks. Who are we thanking?
Thanks, Dylan.
You're very welcome.
Thank
you.
Thank you for entertaining us, and I believe we may have a little bit more before we all
I
go
have
home.
a little bit more. We are going to take a very short break so that I can grab a drink, and so can all of you, because the stuff works better with beer. And then I'm going to come back to the stage and ruin a few more songs for you.
Does that
Thank
sound
you.
good? Yeah! So I would also like to say a huge thanks to all our sponsors, without whom none of this would be possible. Big thanks, sponsors!
And of course, all the sponsorship, all the organizers, all the challenges would be absolutely nothing without all of you coming along, giving up your weekends, working together, and making awesome stuff happen. So give yourselves a huge round of applause. You're awesome.
He's better than me. Volunteers, could you all stand up? Every single one of these highly visible volunteers are called Ben. Thank you to all the Bens.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Big thanks to all the judges who've been here, especially Mo, who slept for, I think, half an hour for the third year on the trot. Thank you, judges. Thank you. Thanks, Mo. Thanks to the mentors. Stand up. Big thanks to you. Stand up. Big thank you. There was more than one mentor making this happen. And I would like to say the biggest thanks, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but he's not here today. Has anyone noticed who's not here? Joe. Yeah, well done, Ben. Anything is possible. Should we try and do something terrible? And try and FaceTime him? Should we try? Do you think Joe's watching? No, I don't think Joe's watching. Joe, are you there? Joe's usual head judge. Is he there? This is embarrassing.
If he's on the loo, this is going to end so badly.
It's connecting. He's there! Everyone say hi to Joe! There you go, Joe. You can see everyone's speech.
Oh my God.
He's waving. Say something, this is awkward.
Say something, sorry. I'm stood in the kitchen at a relative's house. Congratulations, everyone. Obviously, Gavin's not giving me a warning. I hope you're all as tired as I am.
Thanks for those words of wisdom, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Bye. I've just hung up on him.
I have a question for you, Joe.
Oh, go. Okay, who's Joe?
How do you make cheese in Wales?
Carefully. I was walking down the road the other day and someone threw a block of cheddar at me. Thought to myself, that's not very mature. I was taught that by one of the juniors, by the way.
But do you know what kind of cheese is made backwards?
Edam. Edam. We've got loads. You taught me a cheese joke the other day. Something about a lady with scary hair.
Oh yeah, what do you call a French novelist with snakes for hair?
Tell me.
Gorgonzola.
Bit too eyebrow for me, that. I didn't get
Bit
it.
of an intellectual cheese joke.
Bit too intellectual.
It's a very mature joke, that one.
I like it. I like it.
We're going to take a short break. We're going to grab a drink.
We've got one person left to say thank you to. And they're all better. Who do we all need to say thank you to? 1, 2, 3, Claire! Claire, come up! This is a lady who's worked all year to make this possible. So big thank you to Claire, who's done nothing but work to make Hat Manchester happen. And I would all like you to listen to Claire as she accepts this thank you.
I'd like to thank everyone. I don't have a voice.
This is the funniest thing that's ever happened. She hates speaking on stage, and she's only learned to use her voice in the last 2 years, and now it's gone.
It's missing in action.
So we usually buy Claire a big bunch of flowers, but then she forgets it, and it's dead by Tuesday. So we haven't done that this year, so she can't deliver it to our house. So big thank you, everyone, without whom this person would not be possible. Thanks, everyone. Thanks to Claire. And back over to you.
So take 5, grab yourselves a drink. I'll be back.
Yay!
See you in 5. misunderstood programming language. Now, I used to be what they call a full-stack developer, which meant I could write SQL queries and angle brackets until it got complicated. But I'd like to do a song now that I dedicate to all of my friends out there in the world of front-end web development. This is for all of you. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. You should be out having fun. But there's one bug left in your backlog, and you're not going out till it's done. Well, you've checked all your database indexes, you tuned all your API hooks, and you're starting to think that you might need that drink. There's only one place left to look. Oh, la-da-da-dee-da, la-da-da-dee-da-da-dum. There must be a bug in the JavaScript. The bug's in the JavaScript app, 'cause everything else was built properly, but the front end's a pile of crap. Now null is a reference to nothing. Don't mix it up with undefined. And there's zero and nan and infinity, man. And just remember which ones can be signed. And you think that your numbers are integers when you're really in a floating point hell. And your objects are hashes, but when your code crashes, you'll find they were functions as well. La-da-da-dee-da, la-da-da-dee-da-da-dum. It was never intended to do all this. They say it was built in 10 days. But it's out of the bottle, it's going full throttle. We all caught the JavaScript craze. Yes, we use it for code that runs everywhere, from the cloud to your mobile phone. But we're sharing a string padding library, 'cause it's better than writing our own. Must be a bug in the JavaScript. The bug's in the JavaScript app, 'cause everything else was built properly, but the front end's a pile of crap. Now JavaScript's not a bad language, though it's frequently misunderstood. But before you see what you can use it for, please stop to think whether you should. Because
just about everything's true here. It's all part of the language design, except zero blank strings, the array of no things, and the end of 1969. Whoa, la-da-da-dee-da, la-da-da-dee-da, da-da. Sing along. There must be a bug in the JavaScript. The bug's in the JavaScript app, 'cause everything else was built properly, but the front end's a pile of crap. Thank you. So, is there anyone in here who works for a big company? You know, the kind of company where they have a fax number for getting NuGet packages. And you fill out the form and you fax it, and they send you your package on a CD-ROM after 6 weeks. And it doesn't matter because you don't have a laptop yet, because you've only worked there 2 months. You get a password on day one, and you don't get to type it into anything until after Christmas. The kind of organization that has project plans in 3-ring binders and Gantt charts and entire departments where you're not entirely sure what it is they do, but you can't fire them because no one knows what it is they do. This is a song for all of you. It's called Enterprise Waterfall. We don't test our integrations. We don't use no source control. We can't deploy things to production. We check our email, then go home. Hey, coders, email and go home. All in all, it's just an enterprise waterfall. All in all, it's just an enterprise waterfall. We don't test our integrations. We don't use no source control. We can't deploy things to production. We check our email, then go home. Hey, coders, email and go home. All in all, it's just an enterprise waterfall. All in all, it's just an enterprise waterfall.
an enterprise waterfall. All in all, it's just ways. And that's just as true in web development as it is in rock and roll. W3C, RFC, a Jira ticket and a style guide. I deploy with... I'm going to stop that. That's not working, is it? It is? All right, it's not working over here. We're going to start that again. W3C, RFC, a Jira ticket and a style guide. I deploy with FTP and run it all on the client side. Don't need Ruby, I don't need Rails. Ain't nothing running on my stack. I'm hardwired for web scale. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the 90s back. I'm shipping HTML, HTML. I'm shipping HTML, HTML. No logins, no trackers, no cookie warnings to ignore. I ain't afraid of the no hackers, just the occasional 404. They hating what I do, but that's cause they don't understand. Mark it up, break it down. Remember to escape your ampersand. I'm shipping HTML, HTML. I'm shipping HTML, HTML. Thank you. Now, I heard a new word today, a word I've not heard before, and that word was PODE. Does anybody know what PODE is? Jem, what's PODE? It's like Node, but in PowerShell. It's a web framework in PowerShell. Now, we all know that as software developers, really the pinnacle of professional achievement is to write your own framework, right? Because writing programs, that sucks. You have users and bug reports, but a framework can be a thing of crystal beauty. It just solves all these problems people might have later that you haven't got yet. And of course, all those other frameworks are already out there, but they're rubbish. We need another one, and we're going to do it right this time. And so I'd like to do a little song dedicated to PODE and all of the other frameworks and the people, the men and the women who build and create and share them with the world. This is for all of you. Solar activate, Falcon Black, Silver Stripe, and Type of flow. Agave Pixie has our MPC, coded back to lithium and PRADIO. Raphael, Bobo, Bottle, Tornado, Django, Cherry Pie, WSGI, Glass, Hammer, Wednesday, Red King, Turbo Gears, Albatross, Aquarium.
We wanna use one, but don't wanna choose one. We're gonna build a framework. We didn't like the others, so we'll write another.
Cyclone, Tapestry, Maverick, JSP, Barracuda, Aquarella, Groovy, and Grey. Intercalon, Interstates, Cascade, and Hibernate, JT, BC, Groovy, and Rail. Jasmine, Doctrine, Java Forms, Engine, Active Record, D3, Dapper, and Velocity. Top link, pyramid, rethink, and mojito.
We're gonna build a framework, cause we wanna use one, but don't wanna choose one. We're gonna build a framework, we didn't like the others, so we'll write another.
Site Mesh, Cymbeline, Enterprise, Jellyfish, Hut, Rock, Boost, Click, anything by Taverick, Rango, Dojo, LOL, Genpo, Carbonito, Seaside, Pilot, alright. Flight, Flex, Service, Stack, Silence, Carbon, Go, Emperor, Giotto, Banshee, Symphony, Laravel, Fat Queen, Maca, Becca, Hobo, Cuba, and Rialto.
We're gonna build a framework, cause we wanna use one, but don't wanna choose one. We're gonna build a framework, we didn't like the others, so we'll write another.
Open Preston, Nancy, ASB at NBC, Kendo's and ODBC at Tempo, Grab Server Faces, Entities, Spaces, Cappuccino, Spectacle, Polymer, JDO, Google Toolkit, No Nitro, and JavaScript, JDK, put away, what else do I have to say?
We're gonna build a framework, cause we wanna use one, but don't wanna choose one. We're gonna build a framework, we didn't like the others, so we'll write another.
Prototype, editing, very animated, mustache, tempo, ionic, and Allegro. Bootstrap, backbone, running on an iPhone, mobile app is going live, built in its Vienna 5, Angular, Spectacular, React, Redux, Knockout, good as anyone remember. Just like in the browser wars, I explore and Netscape for Lodash versus underscore, and I can't take it anymore.
We're gonna build a framework, cause we wanna use use one, but don't wanna choose one. We're gonna build a framework. We didn't like the others, so we'll write another. We're gonna build a framework, 'cause we wanna use one, but don't wanna choose one. We're gonna build a framework. We didn't like the others, so we'll write another.
Thank you. All right, I have one more for you tonight, but it's special because it's actually 5 songs in one. And it's a tribute to Don't use Bluetooth foot pedals. A tribute to 4 long-haired lads from Liverpool who, I don't know if you know this, but like Stella McCartney's dad used to be in a band with Yoko Ono's husband at one point, like, you know, just riding on other people's fame and stuff. And apparently they sold a couple of records, and, you know, this is my little developer musical tribute to them. Framework reads all the rows from a database on your machine into a stream, all of the memory you bought, so your API wouldn't be slow. Where did it go? All the data contexts for every new come from. All the data contexts, what are we doing wrong? Entity tracker, working so hard to detect any changes in states. Intention is great. What's gonna happen when there are multiple threads with concurrent updates? Should they await all the data contexts with every new request? All the data contexts we don't know how to test. All the lazy loading, we don't know what it's for. It can't be that important. It's not an EF core. TLA, I don't know what you're trying to say. I wish these acronyms would go away. I can't make sense of TLA, FAQ, VPN, TFT, CPU. Maybe they all mean something to you. For what it's worth, I hope they do. Y2, KVB, IoT, and SDK, TCP, IP, UDP, and 2FA, RPC, XML over HTTP, ASCII, EBCDIC, or PHP, Philo, FIFO, or FTP. Now the AMIAM's gone MIA. So say RIP, SBO, and SLA. And at the place we used to work, a new developer joined the team, and he told us all about how to virtualize a machine. The server fan was really loud, and somebody had nicked the screen.
So we moved it to the cloud, and now the monitors are evergreen. We all run on a virtual machine, a virtual machine, a virtual machine. We all run on a virtual machine, a virtual machine, a virtual machine. They're still afraid to virtualize in the land of enterprise. Hear the fans begin to spin. We all run on a virtual machine, a virtual machine, a virtual machine. We all run on a virtual machine, a virtual machine, a virtual machine. I asked the girl what she wanted to be, and she said, baby, can't you see? I want to see my code run on every screen, and you can do something for me. Baby, you can port my app. This multi-platform is where it's at. Baby, you can port my app, and baby, I'll hide. You wrote your hello world, and it compiled just fine. Come on and write a little output now. Let me know you're alright. Where are you writing your data now? Where are you writing your data now? Where are you writing your data now?
Thank you, Manchester. That was awesome.